Third hot take on unemployment. The unemployment rate in Australia, and people will glaze over at this point and go, oh, how boring. Well, let me just explain to you why I've picked this up. Just to show that I'm not all negative Nancy. This is good news, albeit news that barely rated a mention in the media. Australia's unemployment is actually down to the lowest level it's been in 13 years, down to the magic 4% threshold. There's a range of reasons, not least of which is that there's been incredibly low immigration in the last couple of years because of the pandemic. But here's what I want to say. I want to reflect for a minute just on the fact that government policies that promote work and improve people's access to work are intrinsically good. And I say that for a couple of reasons. First of all, it was one of the first things that human beings were actually charged to do, even in paradise. In Genesis chapter 2, they were given work. They were told to work. And this is repeated in the New Testament, that work is an intrinsic good. 2 Thessalonians 3, if anyone is not willing to work, then he is not to eat either. For we hear that some among you are leading an undisciplined life, doing no work at all, but acting like busybodies. Now we command and exhort such persons in the Lord Jesus Christ to work peacefully and eat their own bread. Or 1 Timothy 5, but if anyone does not provide for his own, and especially for those of his own household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. Those are pretty strong words. Why would that be so? A couple of reasons, but one is certainly this, and it's in the first reference there, it's the word discipline. He says, not to work is to lead an undisciplined life. Discipline is a forgotten virtue. We don't believe in discipline like we once believed in it, because we no longer believe that the human nature needs to be disciplined in order to be improved, in order to be made virtuous from a condition of being not virtuous. And it does need to be improved through discipline. Human nature is given to idleness, it is given to vanity, it is given to indulgence. All those things are the devil's workshop. The human heart is inclined towards the degeneration into that which is sinful without virtues like discipline. Work is good, it is not optional because it is a discipline. And it is incumbent upon us all to discipline ourselves in this regard. And a society where people are disciplined in the business of working and providing for their households is a better place. And indeed, all government policy that would undermine or disincentivize work are bad policies, because work is a creation ordinance, it is for the blessing of all mankind, not just Christians. But I add this caveat, of course, there is work which is important, indeed perhaps even more important, which is not necessarily a professional career. There are those who are carers, for example, or there are those who are raising children, and that is not career in the sense of the unemployment figures looking at jobs in the job market, but that is work, and that is just as important, if not more important. But of course, those people do not affect the unemployment figures because the unemployment figures are based on those who are looking for work, and so it's not really an issue. But I say all that to make the point that work is good and we have a better society for 4% unemployment.